What's up, everyone? It's Doug the Dog Guy, and I have been in St. George, Utah, taking care of Miss Persia here and their cat Shakespeare for the last 10 days. And any of you guys that watch my channel regularly or follow me on Instagram know that my primary pet sitting and dog walking business is actually based in Jacksonville, Florida. But I am actually able to travel all over the world offering these specialty traveling pet sitting gigs. So in today's video, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to talk to you about how you might be able to become a traveling pet sitter yourself. I do want to start with mentioning that I actually already made a video explaining exactly how I became a traveling pet sitter and how I get clients and how I structured my entire business to allow me to do this about a year ago. I made that video while I was pet sitting in Germany, and I will link that video down in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to focus more on the broader picture and really dig into the two different types of traveling pet sitting and some of the things that you will need to consider before you decide to get into this. First, let's talk about why you might actually want to become a traveling pet sitter in the first place. And while this could be a million different reasons, I think for most of us, it typically boils down to one of two reasons. The first being that we are already a professional pet sitter, and we either have clients that are moving away and requesting that we come to them, or we have a very special skill set as a pet professional, and there just aren't enough clients in our local area that actually need our specific skill set. So the second most common reason that you might want to become a traveling pet sitter is that you just want to see the world and you are willing to take care of someone's home and their pets in exchange for a place to stay while you are on vacation. So now that we've talked about why you may want to do this, we now have to talk about why a family may want to use a pet sitter that is not local to them. And while this could be one of a million different reasons, again, I think this typically falls into one of two categories. The first being that they either have a very specific need for their pets or a very specific desire for their pets, meaning medical needs or behavioral needs. Or on the desire side, maybe they have used your services before and moved away, and it is their desire to keep their pets with their existing pet sitter and not have to get set up with a new company. So that's the first category of clients there. The second category of clients is people that want to connect with other people, and they want to offer other people the opportunity to get to know their town and their area through offering a free place for them to stay. And you can see here that the two reasons why you may want to do this and the two reasons why a client may want you to do this go hand in hand, but they are two very different reasons. And because they are two very different reasons, we are therefore looking at two very different types of services and two very different types of clientele. So with that being said, I will dig into the pros and cons of each of these two different types of traveling pet sitting right after you hit the subscribe button. Now that you've done that, let's get into it. So the pet sitters that are doing this for a place to stay while they are traveling, they are not getting paid to do these pet sits. Their compensation is the place to stay. And that being said, they are typically not professional pet care providers. The people that are offering these free pet sits in exchange for a place to stay will either have to have another regular job and they're taking time off of that job to go on this vacation, or they have a remote job that they can work while they are at the client's home. And because they are not pet care professionals themselves, that means that they are not offering a professional style service. They are more than likely offering a very baseline pet sitting service. So those of us that are getting paid to do this and are doing this for a living as pet care professionals are in a very different boat than those of you that are going to do this for free in exchange for a place to stay. You know, as pet care professionals, this is our job. And when a client requests that we leave our primary service area and go to somewhere else to service them, not only does that mean that we are not able to see our family, not able to see our own pets, but it also means that we are missing out on the income that we would be making while we were at home. You know, if this was a normal pet sitting stay in your primary service area, you would be able to run to your house and see your own pets during the day. You would be able to go walk other dogs and do other drop-in visits throughout the day. You are missing out on all of that when you travel somewhere else for a client, which means that you need to be compensated well enough to make up for not only your normal daily rate, but the missed income from those other clients that you may be seeing, plus the emotional and mental toll that it will take on you being away from your home for that long. And you will need to be compensated for any and all of your travel expenses. So I'm talking about flights, rental cars, and maybe even a night or so in a hotel, depending on how the dates line up. All of that being said, the obvious pro to the first scenario is that the client is getting free pet sitting and you are getting a free place to stay. You know, it's kind of a win-win for both of you there. The con to this scenario is that you have to have another job, another source of income, and you have to pay for all of your own travel expenses. And the con on the client side is that they are not getting a professional service. You know, your pet sitting services are more than likely not bonded, not insured. You probably don't have a business license, and you probably don't have any professional training or certifications to be able to handle the things that you may encounter in a professional way. So that being said, conversely, the major pro for us that do it as professionals is that we are getting paid to do this, and the client is getting a true professional level service. Now, the con to this is that we have to charge enough for our services to make up for everything that I just talked about. And it can be difficult to find clients that are willing and able to pay that amount. So those are kind of the surface level pros and cons of the two different types of traveling pet sitting. But to me, the ultimate differentiating factor between these two different styles is the mindset. Your mindset and the client's mindset. You know, in the first type of traveling pet sitting that we discussed here, you are in a vacation mindset, and the client is of the mindset that you are not a professional and they are doing you a favor by offering you a free place to stay. As a professional pet sitter that's getting paid to do this, you are in a work professional mindset, not a vacation mindset. And the client is not of the mindset that they are doing you a favor. You know, they have hired a professional and are paying a premium rate for a reason. And I can tell you, as someone that has been a professional pet sitter for the last 10 years, and as someone that has offered both of these types of traveling pet sitting services, that the free clients are almost always the most difficult pet sitting clients that you could ever have to deal with. These people that think that they are doing you a favor by offering you a free place to stay, they will not treat you with the same type of professionalism and the same type of respect that a paying client would. And to me, like, this mindset and the behaviors associated with each of these mindsets is the ultimate differentiating factor between the paid pet sit and the free pet sit. So as a pet care professional with a business, with a team of employees and everything else that I do in the pet industry, it's probably pretty easy for you guys to tell that I am typically on the latter side of this. You know, I am charging a very premium rate, and I am trying to attract very premium level clientele because of that. Now, that being said, it may surprise you to know that I have offered some of these free pet sits. But again, it's two very different types of scenarios and two very different types of clientele and two very different types of services. When a client is requesting that I come to them, I have a very high daily rate, and I get reimbursement for any and all of my travel expenses on top of that daily rate. And I pull out all of the stops for these clients. You know, they can track my GPS location, so they know each and every time that I am coming and leaving from their home. They are getting regular routine report cards. They are getting a ton of photos and videos. I leave the home cleaner than I found it. And I can go on and on and on, and you can watch through the videos on my channel to see how I go about offering a premium level pet sit. Now, conversely, when I go to a free pet sit, I do these very rarely, and it's when I have already planned a vacation somewhere and I don't want to have to pay for an Airbnb or for a hotel. So I will hop on a website like Trusted House Sitters or something like that, and I will look for a free pet sit so I can have a free place to stay. And these clients do not get the same type of service. You know, they may get one update a day with just a couple of photos. They do not get to track my location via GPS. They do not get all of the same regular routine report cards that my paying clients get. I do not go all out on cleaning the home on my last day. You know, it's a total different mindset for me, and it's a total different client, and it's a total different service. I'm really focusing on these differences between the two different types of travel pet sits because I just keep seeing pet sitters in the Pet Sitter and Dog Walker Facebook groups say that they have a client that's moving away and the client wants them to travel to them, and they just aren't sure how to think about it or how to go about it or how to price for it. And they seem to be kind of in between these two different mindsets where they want to offer a professional pet sit, but they want to view it as a vacation as well. And it kind of gets this confusing mindset for them as the business owner and for the client. And so I want you guys to think about these two different types of pet sitting services, and you need to decide which one you are offering. You can't kind of have both feet in the water here. I don't think that's the right saying, but you guys know what I'm saying here. Like, you can't have the best of both worlds. Either you're doing it for free as a vacation, or you are doing it as a paid professional premium style service. You know, you're not doing both at once, and your clients need to understand that, and your clients will never understand that if you don't understand that and present it to them in the right way. So all of that being said, again, I made a video already talking about how I structured my business to allow me to do this and how I get my traveling pet sitting clients. And I will link that video down in the description below. And if you guys have any questions about any of this kind of stuff, You can drop a comment down below, or you can email me directly at doug@dougthedogguy.co, or you can even schedule a private coaching session with me by going to my website, that is dougthedogguy.co, and I have some free resources for you to download there, and you can book that private one-on-one coaching session with me there as well. So I hope that you understand how travel pet sitting works now. And with that, I'm Doug the Dog Guy, reminding you to stay positive.